Welcome to One News Now. I'm Denise Tan, and here are the headlines at this hour. The Justice Department has ordered law enforcement agencies to arrest Senator Bato Dela Rosa. DOJ Secretary Frederick Vida said the International Criminal Court warrant issued against Dela Rosa may now be enforced. Vida added that the former PNP chief is now considered a fugitive of justice. The acting DOJ chief, however, declined to give details on where the senator would be taken once arrested by authorities. He said they already have leads on his whereabouts, but he warned that there would be consequences for those found aiding, abetting, or helping Dela Rosa evade the law. Peanut Gallery Media Network founder and CEO attended his arraignment at the Pasig City Regional Trial Court this morning. This is in connection with the extortion case filed by former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Mabanta and 4 others were earlier released on bail. They were previously arrested in an entrapment operation and are accused of trying to extort 300 million pesos in exchange for withholding a video linking Romualdez to flood control irregularities. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel has filed complaints over alleged ghost farm-to-market road projects in Davao Occidental worth 94 million pesos. Tiu Laurel personally filed the complaints before the Office of the Ombudsman this morning. He said 8 cases were lodged against public works officials and private contractors, with 7 more being prepared. The DA cited possible corrupt practices, malversation, falsification of public documents, grave misconduct, and serious dishonesty.
Pinuntahan ko mismo yung earlier or late last year. At wala talaga. Zero. Wala kang makita. Meron siyang daanan, panlakaran na dirt, no? Na mukhang dinadaanan lang ng tao, ng pao, tricycle, pero talagang walang semento, walang bakal, wala lahat. When I looked at the case, malinaw naman sa amin na yung dokumento na ginawa na nakita namin is fake because wala yung project eh, di ba? So in principle, in theory, mukhang pagkakasabot talaga.
New Senate CCTV clips show how Senator Robin Padilla and Bato Dela Rosa left the premises at dawn last Thursday. Meanwhile, suspended Senate Acting Sergeant-at-Arms Mawa Plasca disputes the interpretation of the shootout videos. More on the May 13 Senate shooting in this report.
This CCTV footage timestamped 2:31 a.m. of May 13 shows Senator Robin Padilla at the parking area of the Senate. He even saluted to some men on his way out. Following the lawmaker is what looks like a woman, and then Senator Bato Dela Rosa wearing a hat, or so authorities believe. All 3 boarded Padilla's white SUV and drove off. This was among the footage recently publicized by the Interior Department. On Wednesday, May 20, exactly a week after the shooting incident at the upper chamber, there's Senator Padilla on the sidelines of plenary session. But there's no more Dela Rosa, who since May 14 has not been heard from again. Padilla says he does not know where his friend and fellow Duterte ally is. But when asked if he left with Bato on the wee hours of the morning Thursday last week, Robin Hood had this to say.
Ano ba kailangan sabihin ko doon? Nakita nyo na.
Nung lumabas po siya sa Senado.
Hindi naman AI yun, di ba?
Sir, saan kayo pumunta after?
Saan yung inatid, sir?
Maraming salamat sa inyo. Nakuha nyo na yung gusto ninyo. Napanood nyo na. Palagay ko naman siguro makatahimik na kayo. Lahat yun ang tinatanong nyo. Naganap na yung investigasyon.
For now, the PNP's Criminal Investigation and Detection Group or CIDG declined to comment, but it did send subpoenas to Senate Sergeant-at-Arms Mawa Plasca and 10 of his personnel, and even recommended the filing of appropriate charges against them before the Justice Department. In particular, according to the CIDG, Plasca and his team violated the rules of engagement under the Private Security Services Industry Act during the Senate's shooting incident on the evening of May 13.
Very clear naman po sa investigation natin na there was no attack sa Senate. Wala pong intent. In fact, if there is really a perceived na attack na ongoing, we can ask the same OSA, bakit nila inabandon yung lugar after na magkaroon ng shooting. The most responsible thing to do is to talk first before draw your firearm. It's a problem. Let us talk first. if there is a question, let us, I have to ask you first. You have to explain your side first.
The CIDG went on. Warning shots just like what Aplaska earlier admitted to making have long been prohibited, especially in crowded places such as Metro Manila. The PNP group also insisted that the NBI did not violate any rule when they stationed themselves in the GSIS compound, adjacent to part of the Senate complex.
The Senate, including the Senate security, has full access doon sa CCTV. So they will know kung meron na po bang mga are they preparing for an assault? Do they have breaching equipment? May mga ladder po ba? May mga explosive or anything?
After all is said and done, the CIDG is giving Aplaska to explain his decisions on the fateful night of May 13.
Who fed him the wrong information na aatakihin tayo? Even the media who were there were agitated. From the very start, doon pa lang sa ground floor nung may nag-drill. And who was remiss doon sa duty nila to verify from their counterpart kung ano ba talaga nangyayari sa other side of GSIS.
Members of the Senate legal team have already assured full cooperation in the CIDG investigation. As of press time, Aplaska or any member of the Office of the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms have not turned up at Camp Crame. Instead, Aplaska faced the media, maintaining that details already publicly presented by law enforcement agencies do not paint a total picture.
We are preparing the complete videos. Kasi what they did, they spliced the videos and they just selected the videos that will support their narrative.
What type of narrative are you saying?
Yung sabi nila walang attack.
But the DILG was quick to contradict Aplaska.
No, not at all. We may timestamp naman lahat eh. So it couldn't have been spliced. Those were direct from CCTV cameras of the Senate, their servers.
Kapatid mobile journalist Mary Monreyes, we are One News.
Over at the House of Representatives, lawmakers have approved on second reading a bill seeking to regulate political dynasties. House Bill 8389, or the proposed Anti-Political Dynasty Act, passed through a voice vote. Under the bill, politicians with relatives up to the second degree of consanguinity or affinity, including spouses, parents, children, grandparents, grandchildren, and siblings, will face restrictions. Critics argue the measure still contains loopholes that allow dynasties to continue. Some civil society groups are now pushing for a people's initiative to pass what they call is a genuine anti-dynasty law. Now on to another story. Amid water supply fears in the NCR, Manila Water gave a tour of the Upper Wawa Dam to members of the media. And mobile journalist Ivan Tarinque joins us from the Upper Wawa Dam. Okay, Ivan, anong nakita mo dyan and what did you learn from the tour?
Yes, Denise, no, alam naman natin na pag ganitong panahon no, kung saan nga inaasahan yung pagtama ng El Nino season sa ating bansa, karamihan ng ating mga kapatid, pangamba yung pakulangan ng tubig, no, yung water shortage. Pero kanina, dahil nga sa pagbubukas nitong Upper Wawa Dam simula last week ng December last year, nabigyan ng around 700,000 na yung mga households or around 7.5 million na mga residents ng peace of mind na hindi sila makukulangan ng water supply. Since ito nga, merong ample na supply papunta nga doon sa ating mga residente. Pero so far, no, inaasahan nga kasi na makakatulong ito sa pagtugon ng pagtaas ng mga pangangailangan ng tubig, lalo na dito sa may east zone ng Metro Manila. Kasama nyo dyan yung ilang parte ng Rizal Province, lalo nga pag nagkukulang yung pag-uulan. No? Itong Wawa Dam, Denise, Upper Wawa Dam, Denise, merong capacity na nasa 710 million liters per day at merong reservoir storage na nasa 120 cubic meters sa loob ng 262 square kilometer watershed area. No? So basically, ito muna yung maiipunan nung ating tubig ngayon, bukod nga dito sa number one source ng tubig natin na yung sa may Angat Dam. No? So ngayon, bukod na sa Angat Dam, meron ng Upper Wawa Dam na pwedeng pagkuhunan ng tubig, no? Hindi na magiging isang water source yung meron tayo ngayon dito. Pero so far, no, itong napuntahan nating Upper Wawa Dam, meron silang 4 na water pumps sa ilalim kung saan nga tuloy-tuloy yung pagbibigay or pagpapump ng tubig neto doon sa mga iba't ibang water treatment facilities. So tuloy-tuloy yung pag-deliver ng tubig, kaya naman yung ilang mga residente hindi makakaramdam ng kakulangan ng supply, lalo na ngayong tatama itong El Nino sa ating bansa. Denise?
Okay. Ivan, tama ba na yan daw ay completed ahead of schedule and fully operational na siya? And how will those numbers, yung mga binanggit mong numbers, how will that translate dun sa mga kumbaga nakaka-experience ng intermittent supply of water? Safe to say na talagang hindi na nila may experience yun, tama ba?
Yes, tama ka dyan, Denise. No? Ito, nagsimula siya, it was commissioned na mag-open December 31, 2025. Tama, no? 2025. So, kaka-open lang niya and it's around 5 months or 6 months na operational ito. And so far, no, around 30% ng nadagdagan ng supply yung mga siniservisan nga ng tubig na galing pa doon sa Angat Dam, no? So additional 30%, ibig sabihin may ample supply, no? And so far doon sa kanilang water level, tinanong natin, nasa 134 meters above sea level yung current na taas ng tubig sa kanila, and yung critical level daw nasa 80 meters above sea level, no? So tinanong natin in terms of supply, gaano katatagal yan, and according to them, ito ay buffer ng nasa 3 months, no? So medyo mahaba-haba at malaki-laki rin yung panahon na magiging buffer itong additional 50 meters square dito sa water Upper Wawa Dam. Denise?
All right, thank you for that update and that report, mobile journalist Ivan Tarinque. We'll be back at the top of the hour for today's headlines. I'm Denise Tan, and next are global headlines from the Associated Press. Keep it here on One News.
This is AP News Minute. Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin held their strategic ties and growing energy trade during a meeting in Beijing, days after a visit by U.S. President Donald Trump to China. 2 police officers who defended the U.S. Capitol during the January 6 attack filed a lawsuit to prevent anyone from accessing a new $1.8 billion settlement for victims of politically motivated prosecutions. The lawsuit labels the fund's creation as the most brazen act of presidential corruption this century. Barney Frank, longtime Democratic congressman and leading liberal who brought new visibility to gay rights and crafted the most significant reforms to the financial system in a generation, has died. He was 86. Crowds have lined the streets in the southern Indian state of Kerala for a colorful elephant parade. The animals play a vital role in the state's religious traditions and rituals related to temples and cultural festivities.